Imagine buying a house and your mortgage payment is around £1,100 a month. And then 5 years later, without moving house, without borrowing extra money, your payments jump by almost £700 every month. Same house, same mortgage, same you. The only thing that changed was the interest rate. You see, over the next 12 months, around 1.8 million UK homeowners are expected to come off cheap fixed rate mortgages, and this is the exact problem they're about to face. If you think that sounds like you, or perhaps your mortgage is due for renewal in the next 2 to 3 years, this is the video for you, because chances are things are about to get really tough. We'll get onto mortgage rates and why they're increasing, but before that, I just want to give you an example to think about. Imagine you bought a home for £300,000. You took out a 25-year mortgage and you got a mortgage rate of 1%. That would cost you around £1,130 a month. Now fast forward to today. Exact same house, exact same mortgage, you get the exact same 25-year term, but this time you get a 5% interest rate. That would cost you around £1,154 a month. That's an increase of over £600 every single month. Over 12 months, that's almost £7,500. And the crazy part is, nothing's really changed. You live in the same house, you haven't borrowed any more money, you haven't done any renovations or upgrades. The only thing that's changed is the amount of interest you pay. That is the exact mortgage cliff that millions of UK homeowners are about to face. In this video, I want to show you exactly why this is happening, what it looks like in actual numbers, and most importantly, what you can do if your mortgage is about to come to an end. Why this is happening. Back in 2020 and 2021, the Bank of England base rate was sitting at just 0.1%, and for a brief period, it went even lower than that. That meant thousands of people were able to lock in 5-year mortgage deals at roughly 1 to 1.5%. Looking back now, it seems like another world. And honestly, if I were in a position back then to lock in a mortgage deal for 1% for 5 years, I absolutely would have. But those fixed deals are coming to an end. According to industry experts, they estimate approximately 1.8 million UK homeowners are due to come off fixed rate terms in 2026. These homeowners are effectively stepping out of a time capsule. It's like going into a fallout shelter in 2021 and then stepping out 5 years later and the world is a completely different place. At the time of recording this video, the average 2-year fixed deal sits between 4.7 to 5%, and the average 5-year deal sits anywhere between 4.6 to 4.9%, and that depends on personal circumstances and deposit size. And while those rates are a lot better than the ones we saw in 2023, they're still miles away from the 1% rates that many people got used to. There's also another option if you don't lock into a new mortgage rate, but trust me, you want to try your best to avoid that, and we're going to cover that a bit later in the video. Let's use a realistic example. Say you buy a house for £300,000 and you have a mortgage for 25 years. Yes, I know here in London, you'd struggle to find a house for that price, but let's think nationwide. As I mentioned before, at 1%, your monthly repayment will be roughly £1,130. And at 5%, that monthly repayment jumps to £1,754. That's an extra £624 you need to pay every single month. £624. Just think about what you could do with that money. That could be a holiday fund, perhaps a second car, help with childcare fees. In some places in the country, that could even be a second mortgage. And it gets worse once you look at the interest you pay. Over the first 5 years of a £300,000 house, at 1%, you pay back roughly £14,000 in interest. At 5%, over the same 5 years, you pay back £69,000 in interest. That's an increase of roughly £55,000. And remember, that £55,000, that's not going to paying off more of your house. That's not going towards the capital. That's just the extra cost of servicing the debt. And your home might be worth even more than it was 5 years ago. The average house price in the UK has increased by roughly 20% since 2021. So I completely understand when people sit there and think, hold on, my house is worth more, I haven't borrowed any more, but I'm paying more. This doesn't make sense. In a perfect world, wages would have risen to offset the cost, tax bands would have moved to adapt, inflation would have calmed down, and the cost of living wouldn't have exploded. But instead, over the past 5 years, we've had a global pandemic, high inflation, frozen tax bans, slow economic growth, and the price of food and energy has soared. All of that means an extra £624 a month isn't just annoying, it's the difference between being comfortable and genuinely struggling. And at the time of recording this video, there's still massive uncertainty around inflation, energy prices, and global tension. There's no telling how this is going to go. Things could easily get worse before they actually get better. Everything we've discussed so far sounds pretty bad, right? But what if I told you that paying an extra £600 a month might actually be the good outcome? Because unlike car insurance, your mortgage lender doesn't automatically put you on a new deal. It's something that you have to apply for. And that means passing something called an affordability stress test. Lenders will look at your income, your outgoings, any debt you have, your bills, and they'll say, can you realistically afford this new mortgage? And the problem is, life is far more expensive now than it was in 2021. Like we mentioned, energy, food, travel, council tax, insurance, the list goes on. Everything is far more expensive, but these are the prices that lenders will use when they assess your affordability. So imagine this. Back in 2021, you bought a property and it was just within your budget. At a 1% rate, you could afford it. Things were a little tight, but you could make it work. Now, fast forward 5 years. The same calculations are run, but this time at a 5% mortgage rate, on top of the higher living costs. This is where people can experience something called payment shock. Their monthly repayments have risen so much on paper that they no longer pass the affordability check. So what happens if you fail? Well, you don't get offered a new fixed rate deal. Instead, you usually get put on the lender's standard variable rate, also known as the SVR. At the time of recording this video, many SVRs sit between 6.5 to 8%. To see what this looks like, let's use 7% as a safe example. On a £300,000 mortgage over 25 years at a 7% rate would mean a monthly repayment of £2,120 every month. If we compare that to the original 1% payment, which was £1,130 a month, that's an increase of almost £1,000 every single month. If we stretch that out over 12 months, that's almost 12 grand a year. And remember, that's not extra payments towards your house. That's purely going on interest. And guys, this isn't some made up worst case scenario. This is a very real possibility for thousands of UK homeowners. And the reason I really wanted to make this video is because these people have done absolutely nothing wrong. They didn't take extra loans, they didn't borrow more money, they didn't gamble it away stupidly. They did everything by the book. You could argue that they did every single thing right. They fixed their mortgage, they planned ahead, they took the sensible approach. The problem is, the environment around them changed dramatically, and that's something they had absolutely no control over. What should you do? So, if you're in this position and you think your fixed rate mortgage is coming to an end soon, what can you actually do? I'm going to tell you 3 things that you can action right now that will have a significant impact on how you move forward. Number 1, check when your fixed deal ends. The first thing you can do is actually check when your current deal expires. If it's within 6 months, then you should already be looking at your options. Most lenders will allow you to secure a new rate 6 months before the current one ends. And I know things have been pretty grim in this video, but this is one of the very rare win-win situations in personal finance. Imagine that your current 1% mortgage ends in 6 months' time. You're proactive, you start looking around, and you manage to find something around 4%. I know it's nothing compared to the 1%, but it's probably the best you're going to get right now. You can secure that 4% rate right now. And if rates continue to fall, most lenders will allow you to switch to a lower rate before your new term starts. So for example, let's say rates continue to fall from 4% down to 3.5%. Most lenders will allow you to switch to the 3.5% to start your new term. And here's the beauty. If things went the other way and rates increased to say 5 or 5.5%, your lender will honor the original 4% rate that you'd secured earlier. So the key takeaway is acting early protects you in both directions. It's literally a win-win. The second and probably the most important thing to do is speak to an independent mortgage advisor. Finding the best rate for you is not an easy task, and that is why speaking to an independent mortgage advisor can make a big difference. And I need to emphasize independent, not someone tied to a specific bank or a lender. An independent advisor can compare deals across a huge market and find the best rate that suits you and your specific circumstance. They may also have a personal network, and they may know lenders that are more flexible around affordability checks, term lengths, and other things that are specific to you. The third and final thing is to know your numbers. If you know your mortgage is going to expire soon, you really need to sit down and comb through your personal finances. You need to know exactly what's coming in, what's going out, what outstanding debt you have, student loans, hobbies, basically everything in your lifestyle. It's also a great idea to have a list of things that you could potentially cut back on. That way, when you speak to your mortgage advisor, you could provide them all this information so they can find the best product for you. Look, the reality is millions of homeowners in the UK are going to discover that the mortgage they could comfortably afford in 2021 looks very different in 2026. For some, it's going to be really uncomfortable. For others, it could be genuinely life-changing. It's not just numbers on a spreadsheet we're talking about. It's people's everyday living. The good news is, if you know your deal is coming to an end soon, you still have time to act. Like I said, check your expiry dates, make sure you speak to an independent mortgage advisor, and please do not leave things until the last minute. In this environment, just burying your head in the sand and praying that things will change in 6 months' time is probably one of the worst things you could do. You need to be proactive about this. I know I've been a bit of a party pooper in this video, but I feel it may be relevant to a lot of you watching out there. And if you did find any information useful, let me know in the comments below. If I had to leave you with anything, it's that acting early and being proactive is probably your biggest weapon. And on that note, I'll catch you in the next one, guys.